new survey is showing some interesting differences in the views and aspirations of Gen Z men and women. It was conducted by NBC News, asking those aged 18 to 29 what was most important to their personal definition of success.
They then split the results up based on whether they voted for Trump or for Harris in the 2024 election. One of the biggest contrasts was in how they rated the importance of having children. Now, the survey found that, quote, Gen Z men who voted for Trump rate having children as the most important thing in their personal definition of success. Gen Z women who voted for Harris ranked having children as the second least important thing in their personal definition of success. Looking at the rest of the survey, both men and women who voted for Trump placed a big emphasis on having children, being married, owning their own home. By contrast, male and female Harris voters were more likely to value things like a fulfilling career, emotional stability, and using their talents and resources to help others. The results have led to questions about what the causes are of this large divide. On X, Wall Street Mav says liberal women have been brainwashed by radical feminism into this path. It's no wonder birth rates are way down.
Meanwhile, writer and podcaster Erin Ryan says, quote, compared to being single, men see being married with children as beneficial. Women see being married with children as detrimental. Men want their fathers' lives, and women don't want their mothers. If you want women to have kids, make it suck less for women to be married and have children.
Well, that's a take.
It is a take. This is, you know why this annoyed me so much? And I know it's a real study and real information, right? They gather these data, survey. Yeah. But I also feel like the younger generation in general just changed. They think for themselves. They're very autonomous in ways that our parents weren't. Like, our parents might stay at the same job for their full career. Mm-hmm. People younger than us are creating currency in digital spaces before they even hit career age or career level age. So I feel like priorities changed because life changed, access changed. The internet opened people's minds up to what's possible and out there. Traveling has developed a ton. And so I just feel like this is not just about, oh, if you're a Republican, you're going to have more kids. And so somehow I feel like that suggests that you're just a better person because you care about family and life. I mean, at the end of the day, I have a child, you don't have a kid, but what does that mean? It's not like this standard thing. These are just a group of people they interviewed about this topic, and I don't think it says much besides young people just do whatever they want.
But what's interesting, what the ramifications are, is that men, conservatives, they want to have families, but you got to find a woman to do it. But women don't value this as much anymore, and so you have men and women dividing. Politically speaking, women now so much more likely to be Democrats, men more likely to be Republicans, men wanting to settle down with a nice lady, but all the nice ladies don't want to do that.
That's not what's happening, though.
That's
I don't care. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like all these men, like, oh, I'm ready to have kids, like 21.
That's what they want.
Ready to have kids. I think they're just lying on here. You don't take anything face value that people say. We just talked about that in the last segment. I don't think these men saying, I want to have kids, like, come on.
I know some single dudes.
At 21, or 22, like, yeah, I'm ready to start this family up.
Well, maybe not 21, 22, but in their 20s who want to meet a nice lady and start a family. And the single ladies I know have very high standards, and they don't get.
Now it's about the women's standards.
Well, they're a little high. Honestly, in my view, I'm not single.
The single ladies have high standards, so we should. This is again that conversation. Like, we should just date whomever. They should do whatever. They should actually don't even work. And we should just be happy to have a man that wants a baby. We should just be happy to have a man that wants to have children with us and marry us with nothing, no ring, no proposal. Just, you want to have babies? Let's do this.
You may not be aware of this because you're with someone and you have a child and you have a nice little family situation.
What may I not be aware of?
That according to, again, the survey results, the studies, single childless women are in a more unhappy self-report more unhappiness than women who have children and are in a stable relationship. So the implication, again, I don't care what people do. I don't care at all. This is the implication that many on the right will say is if they settled, got with a guy, had a kid, they'd be happier.
Stop, don't mischaracterize what I said. Having a kid and a family is not settling. But I'm saying you want all women to settle.
I don't want all
any
women
man. You're saying their standards are too high. That's why I said settle. They should bring down their standards.
Less what women do than I do. I'm just saying, I think they'd be happy. Some conservatives think they'd be happier.
So I just want to understand, like, women are not supposed to, with this new age that we're in, where they are afforded career opportunities. We're seeing women be the highest rate of business owners in the last decade, I believe, according to studies. That I'm just saying, women have access to things that they were largely left out of for decades. Like maybe our moms and our grandparents didn't have the same access that we have. And so now they're pursuing their dreams in a variety of ways, and they're getting scolded because they don't want to sit down and have babies and get married first things first. They didn't shun those things. They're not coming at anybody who doesn't want to do those things.
They're self-reported rates of depression and saying maybe you're undervaluing a little bit.
There could be a balance, but also maybe sitting at home.
And I'm not lecturing you. You know, you're happy and you have a family.
But maybe sitting at home wasn't working for. Maybe there was depression there when they were just, there was a time when the woman was for the most part expected to stay home, and now it's beautiful that it's an option for women to stay home. And I know that stay-at-home moms who work 10 times harder than I do because it's a hard job, but I'm saying that's an option. And I think that now that it's more optional and women have a variety of things to choose from, that's a beautiful thing. And so when they're reporting that they want to have kids later on in life, I don't feel like hearing from conservatives saying, oh, you're choosing the wrong path. Oh, your standards are too high. Like, stop. Cut the crap. I feel like that is a ridiculous broad stroke brush painting of women just being miserable. And I know what you're about to say, like, oh, the depressed like cat lady, like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
No, that's not. Taylor Swift is engaged now and happy. She waited till what conservatives would call later in life. No, she's happy. She's fine. It's not that later.
How old is she?
I think she just maybe just hit 30.
Okay.
But
that's not that late. I don't consider that late. I think your 20s is a good time to find somebody, meet somebody, and everybody do what they want. I don't care what people choose.
Wait, I want to repeat this from our producer. Tell me one more time.
What? What are we What are we hearing here? I don't know what's going on.
We're reading studies. This is a quote from our producer that show single, unmarried, childless women are happier. This in now, breaking news. They're reading in my ear. The producers are telling me they found study that single, unmarried, childless women are actually happier these days.
Good.
So for the person who is completely uninterested in anything having to do with women's relationships, like you just said, then okay, no, you just said to me. You said, so I'm just saying, like, I'm telling you, women are saying that. This is a study that just says
I hope everyone is doing what makes them happy.
All right, we got to go, guys. Up next, Speaker Mike Johnson's majority is expected to get even slimmer after today. We're going to be right back.